adventure. Here's romance. Here's O. Henry's famous Robin Hood of the Old West, the Cisco Kid.
Come in. You sent for me, Mr. Warren?
Yes, sit down, Manny. I received a strange letter from a real estate broker in Echo, a man by the name of Holbrook. I don't know whether he's a crackpot or not. Anyway, he's asked me to confirm rumors that we're extending our railway into Echo.
That sounds like another phony land promotion, using the railway as bait.
That's what the letter intimates. Run up there and check into it. Oh, here, you better take Holbrook's letter with you.
Thanks.
I've already advised him to expect you.
Yes, sir.
Driver, bring my bag to the hotel, please.
Here you are, Mr. Manning. Third door to your right, just down the hall.
Thanks. Oh, by the way, is there a Mr. Blake staying here?
Why, yes, there is. He's the last room to your right down the hall.
Thank you.
Steve, how'd you make out?
What a question. I'm wearing his clothes, and I've got his credentials right here.
I knew I could depend on you.
Say, I thought Holbrook was your confidential broker. What made him write to the railroad?
I don't know. I was just starting to unload when up jumped the devil.
How'd you find out about the letter?
I accidentally got my hands on the railroad's reply.
Some accident. What do we do now? Get rid of him?
No. You're going to convince him that the railroad is extending its line to Echo. And that should make him the biggest sales booster for the biggest land rush of the century.
All right. Just leave him to me. By the way, I didn't have time to get rid of Manning's body. I better tell some of the boys to go down and bury him.
Good idea.
Cisco, this is getting too open. All these signs for the last 3 miles, they say the same thing, only different. I wonder what anybody wants with this land. It's not even fit for grazing. I think this Blackie paints these signs for his own displeasure. Pancho, the word is pleasure. Well, I will tell him when I see him. What are you looking at, Cisco? Looks like a man down there. choked to death. And from the looks of things, thrown over that cliff. Why you don't got no clothes on? I don't know. Hey, this don't make sense, Cisco. Why do they have to undress him to kill him? They didn't. They killed him to undress him. But why?
Hey, look. Those Jaspers beat us to it. And the boss ain't gonna like this. Come on.
Maybe to take his clothes so they will look like him? We better go to Echo and tell the sheriff about it. Every time you stick my nose where it don't belong, somebody want to put a bullet in it. How you think I want to smell without a nose? Like a bunch of lilacs?
Tell me, Mr. Holbrook, if you don't mind, just how did you happen to find out we were extending the railroad to Echo?
Well, a couple of months ago, a stranger named James Blake dropped into my office. He asked me to help him buy up a lot of land. I did, and I got it for him dirt cheap, too.
Do you mind telling me just how much you paid for it?
Well, I'm afraid that's a little confidential.
Yes, of course, I shouldn't have asked. How did you become suspicious of, what'd you say his name was?
Blake. Well, right after he bought up all that land, he started the story that the railroad is coming through here. Then he sold a few parcels to some friends of mine at mighty fancy prices.
Beats me how he ever found out about our plans. I thought we were keeping them our deepest secret. But you can tell your client, Mr. Blake, that he's not going to hold up our railroad for any fancy prices.
I think I'll let you tell him that, Mr. Manning. But there's one thing I'm going to tell him.
Yes? What's that?
That I was a blamed old fool for ever suspecting him.
Good day, sir.
Thank you.
There's that man we chased, Pancho. Well, why don't we chase him some more? I'll take care of that, gentleman. You go tell the sheriff about the body. The sheriff? Me? Well, see,
It was bad enough you were messing up that job, but did you have to come here to tell me about it? If those men trailed
But I told you we gave him the slip.
What's the matter?
That hombre pulling up outside, he was one of them.
You lame brain. Beat it.
Hello.
Hello. Is Mr. Holbrook in his office?
No, but I'm his daughter. May I help you?
Are you sure he's not in?
Of course I'm sure.
Pardon me.
You can't go in there without being announced.
I'll be announced, don't worry.
You wish to see me?
No,
I wish to see the man that just came in here.
You mean Mr. Smith?
I don't know his name, but I want to see him.
He just left.
Yeah, and a mighty big hurry, too. Hey, Pancho, did you see him? Yeah, and I told him about the body. I don't mean the sheriff. I mean the man I was after. Then you lost him again, eh? Yes, he got away. The next time you tell the sheriff and leave the bad home, Mr. Pancho. There is something very funny going on, Pancho.
You know, Cisco is a strange thing. Wherever we go, there's always something funny going on.
We find a dead man with most of his clothes gone. Then men attack us. We follow one to the real estate office and he disappears. Then a man in there gives us double talk about him.
Well, maybe he's got a double tongue like a snake's.
That's what I'm thinking, too. Pancho, we're going to get to the bottom of this.
Oh, Cisco, you can't do this. Better we mind our own business, then we're going to live longer.
Come on, Pancho. Very interesting.
Yeah, one of the most wonderful things that ever happened to this town, mister. Why, a year from now, Echo will be a metropolis. Yes, a Mecca in the mountains. A people's paradise.
If the railway extends its line.
What do you mean, if? Why, mister, one of their top agents, Mr. Manning, arrived here on the stage this morning.
Really?
Yes, sirree, in person.
I suppose that explains why your real estate man here, Mr. Holbrook, has reaped such a harvest.
He's a mighty lucky man to have Mr. Blake associated with him.
Oh, yes, Mr. Blake.
Yep.
Just who is he?
Blake? Well, he's the man who started the boom in Echo. The fellow that got the railway to extend its line here, you know.
Must be a very clever man.
That he is. That he is. Yes, well, gotta get to work now. Bye.
Goodbye. Pancho, I think we'll buy some land here.
What do you want with land, and what are we going to use for money? Bottle tops?
Oh, we'll worry about that later. In a little while, meet me in front of the real estate office.
Land, there'll just be a pile of dirt.
And I want you folks to know that you have a mighty fine friend in Mr. Holbrook here. He's induced me to let you have some of my land. But remember, I'm not guaranteeing that the railroad is coming through here.
I think I could be interested in some of your land.
Well, won't you step into the office and we'll talk this over?
Thank you.
Sit down.
Thank you. Well, now that everybody in town is making money off of this railroad, I think Cisco should make some too.
Cisco? You're not the Cisco Kid, are you?
Is there more than one?
Well, I'm sure you can afford anything you want. How far would you like to go?
That depends on the land and on the price.
Well, first things first. Suppose you take a look at the land.
Good idea.
Larry? Yes, sir. I'd like you to take this gentleman out to Coyote Pass and show him around.
Sure, Mr. Blake.
I'll be glad to. I think you might like this property, Cisco.
Could be very interesting.
I'm sure you'll find it so.
Thank you. Pancho, take Loco to the blacksmith and have him replace his left hind shoe.
Blake wants you to do a little job for him, Rocky.
Yeah?
Yeah. He's arranged for Larry to show the Cisco Kid some land, and he's going to take him through Coyote Pass.
The Cisco Kid, huh?
Uh-huh. And he wants you to get Cisco.
This is the nicest job I've had in a long time.
Loco, these shoes you are wearing are as good as mine. Say, that was a signal what Cisco said, no?
what this signal was, loco. You got good horse senses. But I forget to remember. Oh, yes, I know. The right front shoe was to get away. The right hind shoe was to run for it. And the left front shoe was to follow me. And the left hind shoe was to get out of sight, huh? But then maybe I'm going to get the front foot where the back foot should be, and... well, anyhow, we follow him, eh?
Throw down your gun. Get down. What's the idea? Get down, I said. Take off your hat.
What are you trying to do?
Take off your hat, I said. Your shirt, too. Put it more on the back of your head. Farther back. Good. Now get up. No, on my horse. Now let's go.
I kill him for you, Cisco! Pancho, it's me! Cisco! I thought you was dead. But you ain't dead! Que amigo, que bueno! Que bueno, amigo! No, I'm not dead, but I will be if it don't stop crushing my ribs. Let me go. What happened? Why you kill him?
I didn't kill him. Somebody else did. But the bullet was intended for me. Here, give me a hand with the button. Excuse me.
Stop crowding. You'll have to wait your turn.
When Cisco's in a hurry, that is his turn.
You thought you were very clever, Blake, but you didn't have me fooled for a minute.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't, eh? Well, this will make it remember. Get the sheriff, Margie.
You better watch Cisco. He's a pretty good fighter.
What's the meaning of this?
Are you joking? Why, you're in this up to your pretty little neck. And your father, too. Everyone else also.
You're talking in circles, young man.
Circles, eh? Just because Pancho and I found a dead man, stripped of his clothes, your gunmen tried to kill us.
That's a deliberate lie.
Don't interrupt. We followed one of your gunmen right here to this place.
Yeah, and we lose him.
And now this trick of Blake's trying to ambush me. I wonder what your game is. I'll soon find out. Come on, Pancho.
Oh, just when I'm getting used to that seat.
That man's insane.
I wonder.
Hey, Pancho, do you know that hotel down there?
Sure, Pancho know every hotel in town.
Do you think you can get the hotel registered without a clerk seeing you?
You mean that machine where they ring up the money?
No, that's the cash register. I mean the book on which people write their names down.
That will be easy, like falling on top of the log.
Good. Then go and get it. And meet me in the back of the hotel, eh?
Bueno. I got it, Cisco, just like you told me.
Good work, Pancho.
What are you going to do with that big book?
We're going to pay a visit to Mr. Blake's room. I want to make sure which one it is.
What do you see now?
I see in Mr. Andrew J. Manning of the CP&R Railroad is in the next room.
Is that the wrong room?
Follow me and you'll find out.
Find nothing, Cisco.
But I have something very, very interesting. A letter Holbrook wrote to the railroad. How did it get here in Blake's room? Pancho, we're paying a visit to Mr. Manning's room. Again, eh?
Yes, and in the strangest places. What are you doing here?
Looking? What are you doing here?
Thinking.
Thinking about what?
Thinking about what Cisco said in the office and wondering how much of it was true.
Oh, that. I take it all back, what I said about you and your father.
Why?
Told us, Cisco, and told Pancho, too.
Because Blake and this man supposed to be Andrew J. Manning are thieves. Certainly your father wouldn't have written a letter to the railroad if either of you were mixed up in it.
Hold it. Nice guessing, Cisco. Drop your gun belts.
Don't shoot, Sheriff.
Pancho, are you all right?
I'm all right.
Here, give me a hand with that couch.
Cisco, I have a key.
The jig's up, Blake. We better clear out fast.
No, you don't.
Where are you going, my friend? Traveling? Let me help you with your bag. The jail is right across the alley. Keep moving. Are you all right?
Yes, thanks.
What are you doing, Pancho?
Just something for my own displeasure.
That's very good shooting, Pancho. But I told you a million times, the word is pleasure.
And I told you a million times with this Blake and these signs and this whole business, give Pancho nothing but displeasure.
Well, it seems to agree with you. Oh, Cisco. Oh, Pancho. Goodbye, amigos. See you soon.
Here's adventure. Here's romance. Here's O. Henry's famous Robin Hood of the Old West, the Cisco Kid.
Cisco, how do you spell fried chicken?
What?
Fried chicken.
Oh, fried chicken. F-R-I-E-D-C-H-I-C-K-E-N.
Gracias. I'm writing a letter to Mama Maria.
Listen. Dear Mama Maria, Cisco and me, we're feeling pretty good. And we hope you got the same kind of feelings. Last night, we had a wonderful dinner. Fried rabbit.
But, Pancho, you asked me how to spell fried chicken.
Yeah, but what we ate was rabbit.
Oh, Pancho.
Oh, chicken, rabbit, what's the difference?
Hey, you better finish that letter later.
Bueno.
We have to be on our way.
Howdy, stranger. Right cordial, ain't he? We heard the sheriff sprung you. Thought we'd ride out and pay our respects.
Only these will be our last respects.
What do you mean?
Right off the trail and we'll show you.
It isn't fair, Pancho, is it?
No, Cisco.
Well, then let's join the parade. If we stop some of the bullets, what are we going to get for our pains, eh? Doctor. I don't know who you men are, but you sure saved my skin. Those two men were aiming to kill me. Good thing their aim was bad. But why did they try to kill you, my friend?
I don't know.
Well, there must be some reason.
Well, I guess I do owe you an explanation. It's a long story.
Cisco, every time I listen to a long story, they get into trouble. Let's win. Let's stay. Go on, tell me.
Well, it all started with a shipment of gold. I was driving for a freight line. One day I came into town with an important load.
You got back safe and sound, Bob. You weren't worried, were you, Mr. Carrillo? Well, not exactly, but you are carrying a lot of money.
Yeah, guess I am.
Here, I'll give you a hand.
All right, thanks.
Rocks and dirt.
What? I don't understand.
You'd better understand. You played a good joke on the owner of this freight line, didn't you?
That was no joke. Next thing I knew, I was locked up in jail for keeps. I couldn't make anyone believe that I wasn't part of a crooked scheme.
Listen, son, you'd better come clean. We found some of the loot in your room. Where's the rest of it?
But I tell you, I didn't take it.
All right. You stick to that story and you'll be a long time in jail.
I can guess the rest. You didn't want to face the music, so you broke jail, eh?
No, my boss, Mr. Cadwell, was the only one who would believe me. He made good the loss out of his own pocket and got me relief so that I could go away somewhere and make a fresh start.
And you are on your way to make this fresh start when these two strangers tried to kill you?
That's right.
This is very interesting. But riding off with a cloud on your reputation, that doesn't speak very well of you as a man.
Yeah, but there's nothing else I could do.
Well, there's plenty you can do. Aren't you interested to prove your innocence?
Well, of course, but...
Well, just stick around. Pancho and I may be of some help. That is, if you have no objections, Pancho.
Oh, that don't make him never mind. You're going to get me in trouble later or sooner. Thanks, you sound like a real friend.
Yeah, he is to chickens and dogs and cats and burros and other kind of people, but not to Pancho. This last shipment of gold, where did you say you picked it up for delivery?
From Barker's warehouse over in Rimrock. He and my boss did a lot of business together. I made quite a few hauls out of there.
I see. Well, if we're going to do any investigating, we better start at the very place the shipment originated. Come on, Pancho. You stay here, Bob. Keep out of sight.
Well, wait a minute. I'm going with you. This is my problem and my battle.
I think it is better you wait here. 2 is a company and 3 is too many.
All right, but I don't like it.
You don't look very happy. What happened? I got away. He what? A fine pair of triggermen I've got. We couldn't help it. A couple of strangers butted in on us and caught us off guard. This is not good. Knowing Drake the way I do, you won't even leave town now. You better get out to Rimrock and tell Barker to be on the lookout. Kid might start checking. Yeah. What can I do for you? You might tell us what you know about the gold. Oh, what gold? The gold that Bob Drake was supposed to deliver to Nugget City for you. And the boy got here with the gold in. I don't know anything about it. You Mind if we look around a little?
Of course I mind. You got no right to do that.
This gives me the right. Pancho, what's in there?
Ain't nothing.
Get in. I'll make you pay for this if it's the last thing I ever do.
Yeah, but this is the first thing you're going to do.
How do you know the gold is hiding in here? I don't know, Pancho. But if the hand is quicker than the eye, then maybe Drake only thought he was given real bullion.
You mean the man in the closet, he steal his own gold to frame up the boy?
Maybe.
Then I'm glad we put him in the closet.
Parker, where are they?
I don't know. They must be in there.
You're hard to discourage, aren't you? Hey, how you got loose?
Well, I'm hard to discourage, too.
You fellas have got a bad habit of busting into other people's business.
Where's Bob Drake?
Safely out of the range of your guns.
Oh, that's too bad.
Cisco, 2 is a company, 3 is a crowd. Let's win. Not yet, Pancho. Get some rope. But Cisco, that should hold them. Come on.
Why you kick me so hard?
Wait and see. Hey, that was easy. Those fellas were in such a hurry they got careless.
Come on, maybe we can overtake him. Scatwell says for you to keep your eyes open for Drake. He may show up.
Sure.
Come on.
They didn't stay very long, did they? No, they didn't. What are you going to do now? Go back and finish looking for the gold? No, Pancho. We're going riding. Riding? The two of the one of us is all mixed up, and I think it's us.
And before we could stop them, they hogtied the three of us and lit out.
Beats me what their game is.
We haven't got time to find out. Nixon, I don't care how you do it, but find Drake. And when you do find him, bring him to the hideout. Hanley and I'll be waiting for you after we meet the stage.
One is probably Cantwell.
He don't keep very good company, does he, Cisco?
Hide the horses, Pancho.
Miss Drake?
Yes, you must be Mr. Cantwell.
I'm glad you got here. This is Mr. Hanley.
Howdy.
How do you do? I came just as soon as I got your message. Where is Bob?
Now, don't worry. Bob's perfectly safe. I've arranged for you to meet him just a few miles out of town. Mr. Hanley's rig is just across the street, and he'll take you out there at once.
Thank you. You've been very kind.
Not at all, Miss Drake. I'm just as anxious as you are to prove Bob's innocence.
This way, ma'am.
Pancho, don't tell me. I was told you. We are going riding.
For once, you're right, Pancho.
How much farther do we have to go, Mr. Hanley?
Not very far. Cabin is just back of those hills.
We're being followed.
Those men tried to kill your brother. Now they're after you. Get your head down. Hey, hey!
When Cisco rides fast like that, you can always bet there's a senorita somewheres. The danger is over now, Miss Drake. There is nothing more to fear.
Get out of this carriage.
But you don't understand. We're here to take you to your brother.
You're lying.
Drake, brothers. I get all mixed up in my brams. Hey, maybe the senorita don't like your company. Well, there is only one thing to do. Yeah.
You'll hang when the sheriff hears about this.
Ruth!
Bob!
Gee, it's good to see you, sis.
I thought you were a million miles from here. I'm afraid I've got some bad news for you.
I know, Bob. Mr. Cantwell telegraphed me. That's why I'm here.
Well, he didn't say anything about having sent for you.
I was worried about you for ages when you didn't answer my letter.
What letter?
The one that informed you about Uncle Paul's death. He left his entire estate to us. I sent all the details to you in a letter addressed to you in care of the freight office.
Well, I never received it.
It seems Mr. Cantwell is reading other people's mail.
That's why that Cantwell was so eager to get me released. And why he was so anxious to have me sign that paper.
What paper?
Oh, sort of an IOU and a power of attorney.
Bob, you didn't really sign that, did you?
Afraid I did, sis, but I didn't know anything about the inheritance.
But the estate's in both our names. And he can't collect without my signature, too.
That's why he sent for you.
And I trusted that Cantwell. I thought he was my friend. All the time he was playing me for a fool. Well, his little game is over.
Where do you think you're going?
I'm going to Nugget City and have a showdown.
Good. I'm going with you.
Yeah, me too.
No, Pancho. You're going to stay here and take good care of Miss Drake.
Well, Cisco, that is hard work.
I located Drake. Those two troublemakers and a girl were with him. They're holed up over at Saddle Rock.
The girl must be Drake's sister. Wonder what happened to Hanley. Come on, boys.
I don't know. Maybe you're telling the truth and maybe you're not.
Well, you'll never know by staying here, Sheriff.
Ruth may already be in danger.
All right, I'll risk it. Come along.
They're right behind those rocks. You go around.
I'm worried, Pancho. Shouldn't Cisco and Bob be back by now?
There's no use to worry when a pretty senorita is waiting. Cisco, we always come back pronto. Did you hear something?
Thought I did. Something over there behind those rocks.
Wait here.
Stop that gun.
Put up your hands. No tricks. Good shooting, Cisco.
All right, the show's over. I want you.
You've got nothing on me.
I think I've got plenty.
Don't forget to pick up Barker at that warehouse in Limrock.
I won't. All right, start walking.
Hey, and don't forget this one.
Thanks, Pancho.
Andale. Pronto.
Come on, you too.
Are you all right, Sis?
Mm-hmm. Cisco, I can never thank you enough for what you've done for Bob.
And that goes double for me.
It was nothing at all.
Cisco! Murder! Come quick!
Pancho, what's wrong with you?
Oh, the senorita, the way she say, oh, thank you so much for what you do for my brother, Bob.
So?
That's what got all the trouble in San Pascual, San Miguel, and some...
Hey, Pancho, you forget one.
Which one?
Santa Fe.
Oh, don't mention it. And you forget one.
Which one?
Santa Rosa.
Don't mention it.
Goodbye, amigos. See you soon.
Adventure. Here's romance. Here's O. Henry's famous Robin Hood of the Old West, the Cisco Kid.
Idaho.
All right, all right. We'll have them all rounded up in a couple hours.
Good, I'll give you a hand.
Does it, Doc. That'll convince her. Turn them loose. You two get the horses.
Good morning, Miss Peggy. I'm afraid I have some bad news for you.
What do you mean?
I found some infected steers in a draw not far from here.
Well, I don't believe you. There isn't a sick animal on my ranch.
Come along and I'll show you.
Well, Pancho, where are we now?
You know, it's funny. I don't know myself.
But didn't you say that you knew this country like the palm of your hand?
See?
And didn't you say that you knew a shortcut to San Rafael?
See?
Well, where is it? We've been riding around in circles for hours. Are you lost?
No, I ain't lost. I'm here. The road is lost. Can I help if I get all mixed up in my brain?
What brains? Never mind, Pancho. Let's go this way.
Yeah, but the shortcut is this way.
See that swelling? That's the first symptom of the disease. I found 4 or 5 steers with the same symptom.
Well, that doesn't mean that all my cattle are infected.
I hope not, Miss Peggy. But meanwhile, I'll have to quarantine the entire herd to keep the disease from spreading.
Quarantine or no quarantine, I'm shipping my cattle.
And I'm warning you not to move a steer off your ranch until that quarantine is lifted.
And I'm warning you, Doc, that whoever tries to stop me will get shot.
Yeah, you're doggone right. Peggy's got a note to meet in a couple of days, and my golly, she's going to meet it.
You talk too much. Maybe this teeth to give you a big bunch.
I
told you to keep your mouth shut. You're a pretty brave guy, aren't you?
That's it, stranger. Pin his ears that good. You'd better leave now, Slade.
Hey, thanks, mister. You're entirely welcome.
You know, I could use some help. And you look like a pretty handy man to have around. What about it?
No, Cisco. You just hired yourself a couple hands, miss. Hey, Cisco, why is it every time you see a pretty girl, we get into trouble? Remember that the she-male of the specimen is more deader as the male. Never mind about your philosophies, Pancho. Let's get our horses.
I want results, not excuses.
I did what you asked me to.
But that meant for those strangers.
I'm tired of hearing about them. I can't have that girl driving her herd to the railhead. Get the sheriff and stop her.
It's funny how low a man can get, Stewart. Now, here's a girl that never did me any harm at all. Yet I'm helping you to take her ranch away from her. A self-respecting sneak wouldn't have a thing to do with me, and I wouldn't blame him.
Oh, stop being sorry for yourself.
You're a skunk, Stewart. If I had any gumption at all, which I haven't, I'd have a different kind of a story to tell the sheriff.
Why don't you, Slade? The sheriff would just love to talk to an escaped convict. Now get out and do as I said.
What happens if the sheriff can't make that quarantine stick?
Then I'll find some other way of keeping the girl from selling her herd.
You sure do want that ranch bad, don't you, boss?
I sure do. And I'm gonna get it. Here comes trouble, Peggy.
Hold the herd.
Hello, Peggy. I guess you know why I'm here.
Listen to me, Jim. I've got to get my herd to the railhead, otherwise I'll lose my ranch.
Yes, I know, but I've got to enforce the law.
But there's nothing wrong with my cattle except, well, perhaps for the few that Slade said were infected.
Maybe not, but they've all been quarantined. And the doc has sworn out a warrant just in case. I don't want to have to put you under arrest, Peggy, so promise me you won't drive the herd to the railhead.
All right, Jim. I promise.
Come on, Jim.
Pancho, chase him out from behind those trees. Hold it up, Pancho. I'll bulldog him.
Look at this. I don't see something.
Well, what is it?
It's a swelling made by a hypodermic needle.
What?
For cattle supposed to be infected, I thought your steers looked mighty healthy, and they are.
But I don't understand.
It's an old trick they used, by injecting hot paraffin under the skin to produce a swelling. Let him up, Pancho.
But who would do such a thing?
Maybe it was a veterinary surgeon.
But why? I've never done anything to harm him.
Pancho, I think we'll have to do a little visiting. Yeah, from these kind of visits come the worst kind of headaches.
We didn't know you were the county inspector, otherwise we'd have minded our own business.
Pancho don't like to take Cisco's nose in trouble.
Tell me, Doc, what kind of disease is this of the Circle J?
Well, it's a form of necrosis dermatitis.
How you like a name like that? How the cattle get this crocus, whatchamacallit?
Well, there are several ways.
And one way is with a hypodermic needle, isn't it? These Circle J steers were injected with paraffin, and you did it. Why?
Well, hurry up and talk or I'll give you this crocus whatchamacallit with my pistola.
I...
Speak up!
I didn't want to do it.
Santa Maria, that hombre disappeared just like my cousin do when the tax collector come around. Do you know who he was, Cisco?
No, Pancho. But it was someone who certainly didn't want the inspector to talk.
That inspector was just about to spill the beans out from his mouth. Now I know that Pancho will never know what it means is crocus, whatchamacallit.
What's going on here? Someone shot Slate through the side window. Come along.
Any idea who killed him?
No, but whoever did it, let him have it from the window.
That's a lie, Sheriff. He's the one that shot Slade.
Why? Hold it. Are you positive?
Sure, I saw him do it.
Are you dirty?
Shut up. Go ahead, Wiley.
I was cutting through the alley when I heard Slade arguing with someone. Then as I looked through the window, I saw him draw his gun and shoot Slade. Then he took a shot at me.
That's not true, Sheriff.
2 shells have been fired from this gun.
That is so, but I fired them at the murder.
Look, mister, I'm only the sheriff. You can tell your story to the circuit judge. I'm holding you two for murder. Get going.
Cisco, here we are, all covered up like a couple of chickens in the chicken coops, ready for the frying pans, and you play around with a wire.
Pancho, will you do me a favor?
For you, I'd do anything in the whole world. What is it?
Keep quiet.
I'm only going by what Wiley said.
I don't care what Wiley said. Cisco did not kill Slade. He had no reason to.
Now, look, Peggy.
You look, Jim. If you weren't so blind, you could see this was a frame-up.
Here, help me stretch this out.
Why? Stop asking questions and hurry up. Mother mia, what are you going to do with this wire?
I'm going fishing.
Fishing? How you can go fishing in the jail? We don't got no water here, don't got no beds, don't got nothing.
You'll see in a minute.
Cisco, that ain't no barracudas.
There were 2 shots fired from Cisco's gun. Slade is dead. It's up to the judge.
I know all of that. But you're only going by what Wiley said. And you know what kind of a man he is.
Cisco, you got brims.
You know, Pancho, I don't know what I would do without you.
I'm sorry, Peggy. My hands are tied.
Not yet, but it will be soon. Get inside, quick. Lock him up, Pancho.
This you don't have to ask me 2 times. Quick, under it.
I'll get you if it's the last thing I do.
You got me, didn't you? Now I got you.
Now, you know just what to do?
Yes, I do.
Good luck.
And good luck to you, too.
Hurry, Pancho. What's the matter, Wiley? Nervous? Now, you better talk, mister, and make it good. Why did you tell the sheriff you saw us kill the doctor?
Hey, maybe he will talk for me, Cisco. Well, did you find your tongue yet? Then maybe a little piece over the ear, eh? Then over the end of the nose.
Pancho. First we'll drive the herd to the railhead.
Yeah, but the senorita promised the sheriff she wouldn't do that.
But we didn't make any promises, did we?
No, but...
Well, then we'll make the drive.
What are you going to do with him?
I've got an idea. We'll take him along. Go on.
Cisco, why do we have to take him along? Why don't we tie him up and hide him in the bushes somewhere?
Look, Pancho, I sent Peggy to get the state capital inspector and bring him to the railhead. I'm sure he'll want to talk to this gentleman.
You mean he is tied up with his crooked quarantines?
I am certain he is.
Well, how I'm going to ride the herd on the cattle and on this man at the same time?
We'll tie him in a wagon. Now, come on, let's go.
On it.
Located the Cisco Kid and Pancho.
Where are they?
Over near Medicine Flats when I saw them. You know what? They and the rest of that Circle J outfit are driving the herd toward Railhead.
Why, Christopher, they can't do that to me. Get a posse together.
Spotted the law coming up fast, about 5 miles back.
Hold on, Sheriff. We've got you covered.
Drop your guns. Now get down. I'm sorry to have to inconvenience you again, Sheriff, but I can't have you following us. I hope you understand.
Your goose is hanging high, Cisco, but mind you, I'll cut it down.
Save me a piece, too, when you do. Now, scatter your horses. Start walking.
I saw Cisco and Pancho driving the Circle J herd out near that...
Yeah, I know about it.
Yeah, but what you don't know is they've got Wiley with them.
Wiley?
Yeah, a rope like a hog. I saw Cisco and Pancho toss him on a wagon.
This I don't like. The sheriff is out there looking for him. If Wiley talks, which is liable to, we'll be in the soup.
That's what I figured.
We'll round up the boys. We'll ride out and protect our interests.
Right.
Trouble, Cisco. Never be hurt. Get after him and wipe him out. Not so fast, Stewart. You're going to stay for the rest of the show. And before I get through with you, I think you're going to be the star attraction. Now get going! Make a move for your guns and I'll blow you apart.
You and who else?
You've been asking for this, Peggy. I'm putting you under arrest, too. What for, Sheriff? For violating the quarantine law, that's why.
There can't be any quarantine on healthy cattle, Sheriff, and the Circle J herd is exactly that. I've examined them.
And just who are you?
Jack Henderson, State Cattle Inspector.
Yes, I brought him here from Mesa Verde, at Cisco's suggestion.
Here is the man who had Slade start the false epidemic, Sheriff. He wanted the Circle J ranch for himself. That's a lie. You haven't got a thing on me.
No? All right, Pancho.
Wiley confessed, but he said it was you who killed Slade.
It's a lie. He did it, and I...
Oh, thank you very much, Mr. Stewart. That's exactly what I wanted to hear.
I've heard enough. Take charge of him, Bill. Get moving. Cisco, Pancho is unhappy, and Pancho is tired. Our work is done here. Now we can win?
We can go now, Pancho.
Just a minute. There's a little matter of a jailbreak. I'd like to know how you got... What fun is the matter with those two? I just want to ask them how they got that keyring off my desk. Goodbye, amigos. See you soon.
Adventure. Here's romance. Here's O. Henry's famous Robin Hood of the Old West, the Cisco Kid.
Ay, chiquita, what a beautiful night. The sky is turned to silver by the magic of 1,000,000 stars. The music is like heaven. What? You think I am handsome? No, my darling, it is you who is beautiful. No more wine, my pigeon? Oh, just one sip.
Anything you say, Pancho.
Hey,
Where I am? I go to sleep and I have to wake up in the jail. Don't worry, amigo. You'll be all right. As soon as the sheriff gets word from the mesa, he'll let us go.
Pancho, I've changed our minds. We're going to stay here.
Can I get you something?
No, I'll be all right. I'm sorry I went to pieces.
I don't blame you. You've been mighty brave all through the trial.
It's because I was so confident of acquittal. You don't believe I'm guilty, do you, Sheriff?
I'm afraid it doesn't make much difference what I believe. Come on now, Joyce.
I didn't kill him. I swear I didn't.
Take it easy. Take it easy.
She's in bad trouble, I think. And her neck is too pretty for a rope.
Now, you try to get a little rest. Doggone it, I wish somebody else had this job. I got this wire from the sheriff of Mesa. Seems you're not the two he's looking for.
That's what I told you, Sheriff. Maybe next time you're going to believe what Cisco say.
There better not be a next time. It's a nice, quiet town, and I mean to keep it that way. Now get out and stay out.
Don't worry. We'll not come back. You have my hand on it. It was a pleasure to be your guest, Sheriff.
Well, wait a minute. Wait a minute. What's the idea here?
I've decided to take the young lady with us.
You can't do this.
No, we can't, but we did. Next time I get you, I'll lock you up and throw the key away. You're coming with us.
I don't understand.
We'll talk about it later. Sam! Get it, Blake! Help! Sam! Where in blazes are you?
Split up and search every hill.
Go ahead, tell us, miss. Don't be afraid.
Well, that night I gave Uncle Jim the medicine the doctor had prescribed. He never wakened. They claimed I gave him an overdose of sleeping tablets.
But you didn't get it, did you? Or did you?
Of course not. I loved Uncle Jim. He was all the family I had.
And this will you spoke of?
Just as I said, it left everything to me.
Nothing to the Renegade Son?
No, he swore Jeff would never get a penny of his money. I'm not making a very good case for myself, am I?
I think you're telling the truth. And that's all that counts, miss. Go on.
Thank you. Well, a few days before it happened,
Better get a good rest, Sam. We'll start out first thing in the morning.
Right.
Well, Lousy, keep your hands away from your guns.
We've been waiting for you.
Yeah, where did you was? Where? Chasing all over this blasted country. Now, where'd you take her?
Who?
Quit bluffing. Where is she?
Do you know what he's talking about?
Oh, maybe he lose something. All right, I can play games, too. Now, march right over to that cell.
Well, you going to arrest us?
Yes, I'm going to arrest you for aiding and abetting a prisoner to escape. You better start talking, or this time I will throw the key away.
You'll wake up the prisoner.
Don't shush me. What prisoner?
Take a look.
I don't get it. Why'd you bring her back? Because you decided she was guilty?
No, because we're certain she's innocent.
I'd like to believe that. I feel mighty sorry for that girl.
Say, Sheriff, now that Joyce stands convicted, she loses all the inheritance, doesn't she?
Of course, it stands to reason a person can't profit by their own wrongdoings. It's a law.
And all this money the old man left goes to the no-good son, right?
Are you trying to tell me that Jeff Henry killed his father and put the blame on the girl so he could get the money?
No, he didn't say that, but if he think it, I say it.
I wouldn't put it past him. Except for one thing. He hasn't been around here for 5 years. Last time he's heard of, he's up in the Panhandle country.
Still, it would do no harm to investigate, would it?
I suppose not, but how are you going to do it? That's a mighty big country.
Yes, it is. But we can fix it so he can find us.
Are you the gentleman that runs this paper?
That's right. What can I do for you, stranger?
I'd like you to print for me a special edition of your paper with a special story.
Special story, eh? You can prove it's true?
Well, I can...
Young man, I'll have you know that my paper prints the truth, and only the truth, every day.
You see this holster? It has a gun in it, and the gun shoots.
You can't intimidate me, sir. Not with 10 guns.
If you don't know what you say, you can be just as dead with 1 gun.
You'll regret this.
I'll want 50 copies.
This is an outrage. I won't do it.
You wouldn't make a very good-looking corpse, mister.
However, if that's the way you want it...
All right. What is it?
Hey, Loco, did you hear what Cisco tell that newspaper man? He's crazy in the head. Hey, Cisco, I hear what you tell that newspaper man. You didn't kill that girl's uncle. Of course I didn't. Then why you want to make the confessions and make the escapes to the panhandles? Because, Pancho, this is a trap. This is bait. And we're going to set it for a gentleman called Jeff Henry. You mean the old man no good stepsons? Right. Yeah, well, how you going to do this?
Well, we'll spread these newspapers around so he'll be sure to see one. Come on, Pancho. We're off to the panhandle.
Doesn't make sense.
Anything wrong, Jeff?
It's not good. Listen to this. Joyce Henry to go free. Cisco Kid confesses to slaying but escapes. Last seen heading for Panhandle.
I don't get it.
Neither do I.
Of all the crazy things we do, now we're going to rob a stagecoach. That's going to give us a very bad reputation.
That's the idea, Pancho. I want Jeff Henry to know we are on the panhandle.
Yeah, but we can both get shot if that stage driver ain't careful.
That's the idea, too. But except I just want him to shoot at us.
This thing is getting crazier every minute. Why do you want him to shoot at us at all for?
I want him to think he hit me. Then Jeff Henry will know exactly where to find us. Here comes the stage now. Get ready. Drop your rifle. The pistol, too. Now throw out the strong box. All right, get going. Cisco, how about the passengers? Forget them. Looks like our wing, Mr. Cisco.
Now I got the bad name in the gold. What are they going to do with it?
Give it back pretty soon?
Yeah, but how is that going to help Mr. Jeff Henry to find us?
Pancho, haven't you ever heard of publicity?
Oh, sure, he's a good friend of mine. I know his brother very easy.
Good. That's how Jeff Henry's going to find us.
That's what I told you. Where you get the red paint?
This is not red paint. It's blood.
Blood? Whose?
Mine. It's a good thing that guard took a shot at me. Blood leaves such a clear trail.
Now you got me all mixed up.
What is it?
Remember the Cisco Kid? The one who's got his picture in the paper?
What about him?
He and his pal held up the stage at Boulder Pass and got away with a strong box.
How do you know?
Oh, he just over at the Wells Fargo Express and heard the guard tell the agent.
That's very interesting.
But I don't think we have to worry about Cisco. The guard said he put a slug in him.
Maybe he did, and maybe he didn't. You boys have got to find Cisco before the sheriff does.
But where are we going to start looking?
At Boulder Pass. From there, you should be able to pick up his trail, then bring him back here. There are a few questions I want to ask him.
Right.
you take the strong box back like you told me?
I did.
You know, I get all mixed up. First you take the money from the stagecoaches and you put it back again. And... Are you sure you know what we are doing?
Of course I know.
What are you going to do now?
We'll wait here until they find us.
This is the first time I ever sit down like a duck on top of a rock.
I think I'll make the fire bigger, so they'll be sure to see it.
They must have turned off there.
Tracks seem to go in every direction.
I guess we weren't cut out to be bloodhounds. That's funny. Hey, Spike, come here. Remember that guard who said he shot Cisco?
That's right.
Well, they headed this way, all right. Look. Look. Get the horses. Get your hands up. Smart, ain't you? Get their guns, Spike. Now, which one of you is the Cisco Kid? You or Tubby?
Tubby. If he didn't have that pistol on my back, I would double Tubby you.
I am the Cisco Kid. What difference does that make to you?
Maybe the boss would like to finish with you first. Come on, we're going calling. Wait just a minute. Where were you hit?
Right between the eyes.
Who are you kidding? That would have killed you.
It did.
You hope. Smart jokers, huh?
That's exactly what we are.
Get on your horse.
Come in.
Here they are, Jeff. And they came along real peaceful.
I was sure they would.
That one's the Cisco Kid, and this is his fat friend, Tubby.
Sit down, gentlemen. Make yourselves comfortable.
Thank you, but we prefer to stand.
So you're the Cisco Kid. I thought that guard plugged you.
He couldn't hit the door of a barn with a sack full of tortillas.
I see. Just doing a little bragging, was he? I hear you're in a little trouble over in Sage City.
Trouble?
According to the newspapers, you broke jail.
See, that was no trouble. We break out of better jails than that many times.
And what's all this hocus pocus about a confession? You didn't kill old man Henry. You know you didn't.
You're right. I didn't kill him. How do you know I didn't?
I happen to have a special interest in this case.
Oh, well, if you are interested...
What did you sign that confession for?
For $5,000.
You mean someone paid you?
The girl. We were in jail together. So we made a deal.
You risked your neck for a measly $5,000?
Best offer I had.
I'll make you a better one. Huh? Get that confession back and I'll pay you $10,000.
That's lots of money, no chicken feeds.
Oh, Pancho, you know it's illegal to rob the sheriff's safe. Besides, it's too risky. I wouldn't do what you're thinking, my friend.
What am I thinking?
That it would be a good idea to get rid of both of us. And the confession. And there would be no evidence. And they would hang the girl.
Give me one good reason why I shouldn't do just that.
One? I'll give you two. First, if we are killed, the confession stands, the girl goes free, and you lose everything. Second, I am the only one who knows where the girl is. If they can't find her, they can't hang her.
Got it all figured out, huh?
Mm-hmm. I believe in a little insurance, you know. Come on, Pancho. The meeting is over.
Dobby. You. Hold it. Trail those two when they leave town and find out where they're holding Joyce.
What about the confession?
I'll attend to that. You're wasting time.
What do we do now, Cisco? We ride back to State City fast and be there when Mr. Jeff Henry arrives.
Hold it, Pancho. Listen. What it is? They are following us. Yes, and we'll have to get rid of them.
I don't see them.
We'd better not lose them. It'll be curtains for us. Come on.
Get up to your feet. Take your guns, Pancho. Ain't you going to put them with us? Not now. We don't have time. Back up against that tree. You're not going to leave us here to starve, are you? Oh, maybe it would be kinder if Tubby would shoot them. Next time, Pancho. This time we'll tell the sheriff where to find them. All right, come on, Pancho.
What's the combination of your safe? Quick or I'll blow your brains out.
Yeah. It's in there.
Who's out there?
What happened, Sheriff?
Somebody slugged me.
Slugged you? Uh-huh. I told you this Jeff Henry wouldn't be too hard to find.
Jeff Henry. I'll go in the back door and take him by surprise.
Good idea. I'll stay here in case he wants to make a break for it. Pancho, go with him.
Hello, Cousin Joyce.
You're Jeff Henry.
Yes. We've never met, but I've seen you before.
When?
The night my father died.
Then you were there.
Yes. You were fixing his medicine to make him sleep. You were called out of the room for a moment, remember?
Then you're the one.
I had to make certain he'd sleep. And you're not going to cheat me out of my inheritance. The jury sentenced you to hang. But I think we can save the state a little expense.
What do you mean?
Your conscience is going to drive you to suicide.
No.
In fact, you're going to hang yourself with your own scarf.
Help! Help!
Keep your hands off your guns, both of you.
Give me that gun, my friend. Get back in there. There is your man, Sheriff. Good work, Cisco.
Oh, that din was nothing.
Thank you, Cisco.
Hey, Diablo. Cisco's been in there for a long time, huh? Think maybe she's telling him she needs somebody to help her run this ranch. It's time for us to go, don't you think so? I think so, too. I wouldn't like to live here for a long time. I guess we better do something about it.
Hey, Pancho! Excuse me.
For someone, Cisco?
What's wrong, Pancho?
Nothing, only I think that girl is getting ready to put a rope around you and tie you to the ranch house.
Oh, Pancho.
Oh, Cisco.
Goodbye, amigos.